Shalom, shalom, brother Yair Banyanyam. I have a lesson I wanted to go into concerning these plagues that's out here. But before I get started, I'd like to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to apostles, elders, great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Before I get started, first scripture I want to bring up is 2nd Esdras chapter 16, verse 37. And it reads, Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. So scripture just says the plagues are drawing nigh and they're not slack. Okay? Meaning they're upon us. They're right upon us. And scripture says Yahweh Shai is not slack concerning his promises. That some men might count slackness. When he says something, he means it. He means it through and through. Let's get a definition of plagues right quick.
Plague.
Plagues. The second one it mentions a verb. It says cause continual trouble or distress to. Okay. When you go down, it says what is the real definition of plague? It says 1a. It says a disastrous evil or affliction, calamity. So that's the real definition of plagues or plague. A disastrous evil or calamity. And I have a couple of videos I want to go into to bring up that point. A lot of things are going down. A lot of plagues, a lot of calamity is happening throughout the earth. And the videos I'm going to go into show just that. I pray this is edifying to the flock. Okay, let me get Salakia. Pull this up. This first video going into the earthquake that hit Taiwan, 6.9. Check it out.
Shifting focus now, a 6.9 magnitude earthquake hit southeastern Taiwan and trapped hundreds of people on broken roads. The epicenter was in the Seattle County. No casualties have been reported. The fire department says 4 people were rescued from a building that collapsed. 2 other buildings also collapsed, but no one was inside. Taiwan Railways Administration says a train derailed in the Hualien after it was hit by concrete from an overhead canopy. The TRA added that 20 passengers were evacuated with no injuries. Meanwhile, more than 600 people are trapped on the Chike and Luishishi mountain areas by blocked roads. Rescuers are working to reopen the roads and free the survivors. Tremors were also felt in Taipei and the southwestern city of Kaohsiung. Now, the China Earthquake Network Center says tremors were experienced in the coastal areas, including Fujian, Guangdong, Jiangsu, and Shanghai. Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen has urged people to be vigilant for further aftershocks in the coming hours. Taiwan sits on an arc of intense seismic activity that stretches through Southeast Asia and across the Pacific Basin. The country is regularly hit by quakes that usually cause minimal damage. But the island also has a long history of deadly tremors. In 1999, a 7.6 magnitude earthquake killed around 2,400 people in the deadliest natural disaster the island has seen. We are now available in your country.
So you see, Taiwan got hit by a 6.9 earthquake. A lot of buildings were, knocked over. They showed images from years back of when they got hit by an earthquake, and buildings were toppled over and so forth. Major damage. In this video, they mentioned that a train was it's like, I think the train the train got derailed. So a lot of stuff is happening. Had an earthquake in Taiwan. Now then, I got scriptures I want to bring up. But you had an earthquake in Taiwan. You had a hurricane, which that's one of the videos I'm going to show, in Puerto Rico. And you had a typhoon in Japan. The earth is getting hit by a lot of plagues. It's being judged by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So that's what's happening. If you don't understand that, don't know what to tell you. But let me go to my next scripture I had. This is in Isaiah, the 29th chapter, verse 6, and it reads, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, with thunder and with earthquake." Taiwan just got hit by an earthquake, and there's been many earthquakes that's been hitting different places throughout the earth this year, last year, the year before last. A lot. Back to the scripture. "And with great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire." Been having all these wildfires, these thunderstorms, these wildfires in California. There was a wildfire in Spain a few months back. I think back in, I did a video on it back in, I think it was in June or July. Hey, these are all Yahweh Shem Yahushai's works. This is him that's causing all this. If you don't believe us, hey, because the government and other governments around the world will come and say, oh, what they've been saying, it's what's it called again? Slocky. Global warming. Keep talking about global warming. No one ever says this is God doing this, the God of the Bible. They never say that. They never give his just due. Okay. You will soon enough, though. You will soon enough. Just wait. Let's see. Let me go with my next scripture. This is 2 Esdras chapter 9. I'll start at verse 1. And it reads, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before." Verse 2, "Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, will begin to visit the world which he made." And that's what you're seeing right now. He's visiting the world which he made with these different calamities. Verse 3, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world," and we're seeing that now, earthquakes and uproars of the people, "then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning." Because Yahweh Shem Yahushai told us what he was going to do from the past, from the beginning. That's why the Bible, the Holy Scriptures, are a prophetic book, because they tell you of things that happened in the past, that's happening in the present, and what's going to happen in the future, the near future. Hey, we're seeing it right now. Verse 6. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effect and signs. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works. These are powerful works. An earthquake is a powerful thing. The next video I'm going into is going into hurricane, which is another powerful occurrence, another powerful calamity that Yahweh Shem Yahshai is bringing forth on the earth. So let me go to that video. Salakia. This is going into the hurricane.
No matter what you're in the mood for, with the all-new Royal Crispy Chicken lineup at Burger King, you can't go wrong. Classic.
Let's move on.
So this is going into the hurricane that hit Puerto Rico. Check it out.
To other global stories at this hour. Now, the Hurricane Fiona has made rainfall in the island of Puerto Rico with maximum sustained winds of over 85 miles per hour. According to forecast, the hurricane is now headed for the neighboring Dominican Republic. More in our next report. Take a look.
The entire island of Puerto Rico was without power on Sunday as Hurricane Fiona made landfall and threatened to cause catastrophic flooding and landslides. Puerto Rico's Governor Pedro Pierluisi.
Because of the storm's size, this storm will impact all of Puerto Rico. The flood warning for all of Puerto Rico is extended until Monday.
The storm knocked out the territory's power grid, which remains fragile after Hurricane Maria caused the largest blackout in U.S. history in 2017.
Now you see, the hurricane knocked out the power grid, and the hurricane that hit Puerto Rico a few years back, it knocked out the grid too. They were out of power for like, I think it was a couple of weeks, if I'm not mistaken. Again, this is all the will and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. He's bringing these calamities on the earth, these plagues. You know? This earth is wicked, especially America, Babylon, most wickedest place on the planet. This is why you've seen these things happening, and these are just beginnings. There's gonna be way more worse things coming. Just wait. Get back to the video.
I think we have learned a lot from the last time. We didn't prepare because we thought nothing bad would happen, and look what happened. So this is why we really prepared this time and bought a power generator.
The storm made landfall with maximum sustained winds of over 85 miles per hour, according to the National Hurricane Center. U.S. President Joe Biden declared a state of emergency Sunday. The move authorizes the Federal Emergency Management Agency to coordinate disaster relief. Authorities have opened up more than 100 shelters and are urging people to take cover. The storm is already being blamed for at least one death. Puerto Rico's ports have been closed and flights out of the main airport canceled. Torrential rains and mudslides were also forecast for the Dominican Republic as the storm progresses northwest, with the Turks and Caicos Islands likely facing tropical storm conditions on Tuesday.
Now you see, the hurricane is leaving Puerto Rico. They said one death. It's probably going to be more, but for right now, they just said one death. And the hurricane is going to go towards the DR, the Dominican Republic, and it's going to hit Turks and Caicos. All these areas that it's hitting, who lives there? The 12 tribes in the nation of Israel. God's chosen people. Scripture says that the nation of Israel are going to get, they're going to get the all these plagues and whatnot that's going to befall the earth, our people are going to get it first, and then the other nations. But the other nations are getting hit with a lot of stuff too. This is all the design of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Again, he's not slack concerning what he says he's going to do. Best believe it. All right. I have, let's see. Oh, it's lucky. Let me go to my first scripture I want to bring up. This is Psalms, the 83rd chapter, verse 15. And it reads, so persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. That's what Yahweh Shemashai is doing. He's persecuting the Israelites and the heathens also. But majority of people that's in Puerto Rico are part of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, Ephraim. He's persecuting them with his tempest. Tempest is another word for hurricane. Tempest, typhoon, that's just another word for those. And make them afraid with thy storm. People are afraid. You saw in the clip. They weren't prepared last time. This time they came a little more prepared and they bought a generator. That means they're afraid because they don't want to be out without power. Because we tell you from the apostles and elders, we've been telling you that when these blackouts come, Jake and Eve gonna get afraid, and that's when Yahweh Shemashai is gonna. He's gonna get you. When there's lights out, what they always was that saying? They say the freaks come out at night and so forth. It's gonna be some terrible things. And you saw in the video that the hurricane knocked out the power in Puerto Rico. Hey, it's looking bad out there. It's looking bad. But these are the judgments Yahweh Shemashai is bringing upon the earth. Next scripture I have is Psalms chapter 11, verse 6. And it reads, upon the wicked he shall rain snares. Snares means traps. Fire and brimstone and a horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. See? It told you, Yahweh Shemashai is upon the wicked he shall rain snares, traps. These are traps. A lot of people are getting ensnared in these calamities that he's bringing upon them. People are getting hurt. They're getting trapped. They're dying. This is a portion of their cup because it said what? Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and a horrible tempest. We tell you time and time again, this place, the whole earth, but America, Babylon, is wicked through and through. Look at the things they promote. It's telling you right there. So, Yahweh Shemashai has to bring judgments upon this sinful kingdom or queendom and upon the rest of the earth. Because the rest of the earth dropping off the wine of America, Babylon. And they promote more wickedness throughout the earth. So Yahweh Shemashai can't have that. He can't have that. He made order. And we get the order through his holy words in the scriptures. So he can't have that. So because of that, he's going to bring earthquakes, hurricanes, typhoons, and whatever other manner of so-called natural disasters that people say. He's going to bring upon them. The calamities, the plagues, he's going to bring upon them. That's why you've been seeing these wildfires, volcanoes erupting. This is all him. We're going to keep telling you over and over again, get yourself right. Get yourself right. Because he's not playing. He's not playing. And like I said, the judgments are speaking. The question is, do you hear it? Can you hear it? We hear it. Next scripture I want to go into is Psalms. And the rest of the scriptures I have for this lesson, they're all in Psalms. So you can just keep your placement in Psalms. Psalms chapter 19, verse 9. And it reads, the fear of the Lord is clean. Oh, slacky. Before I go to that, I had the other slacky. Jumped ahead of myself a little bit. I wanted to show the other video right quick. Going into the typhoon in Japan. Then I'll come back to that. Slacky.
We're experienced professionals.
Slacky for these commercials. I know they're annoying.
Typhoon Nanmadol has created havoc in southern island of Kyushu. Authorities have asked nearly 3 million residents to evacuate. Over 25,000 households in the region are without power. Train services, flights, and ferries have also been cancelled. Japan's meteorological agency has issued a rare special warning. The U.S. Navy's Joint Typhoon Warning Center classified Typhoon Nanmadol as a super typhoon. The term is...
They say it's a super typhoon. So it's not a normal typhoon. It's a super typhoon. So, hey. What the scripture mentioned before? Yahweh Shemashai is going to bring the fear upon you. Because of the evils that's gone about throughout this earth. The people are evil. They're wicked. So, here goes some judgment. Let me go back 10 seconds.
The meteorological agency has issued a rare special warning. The U.S. Navy's Joint Typhoon Warning Center classified Typhoon Nanmadol as a super typhoon. The term is used when a typhoon reaches a wind speed of 240 kilometers per hour.
240 kilometers per hour. That's fast. That's fast. That's why they're calling it a super typhoon. This is a super typhoon, but wait till Jacob's trouble in the near future of what's to come when things start getting really bad. Like really, really bad. And you're seeing all manner of plagues throughout the earth. Shoot, they're gonna be a super typhoon. I mean, I don't know what they'll call it. You know, that's what I'm saying. But you know, it might be a mega super typhoon or something. Who knows?
Typhoon Nanmadol made landfall with a wind speed of 252 kilometers per hour. The Meteorological Office also warned that Kyushu is at risk from high winds, storms, and torrential rain. There is added danger of rivers overflowing and landslides as well. Ryuta Kurora, head of the Japan's Meteorological Agency Forecast Unit, said, and I'm quoting, "The southern part of the Kyushu region may see the sort of violent wind, high waves, and high tides that have never been experienced before." End of that quote. Japan is currently in typhoon season and faces around 20 such storms every year. This is the 14th typhoon of the season. Scientists say climate change is increasing the severity of storms and causing extreme weather conditions.
You heard what they said? Climate change. They said climate change. See what I mentioned? They're always going to say climate change. They're never going to say Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai is doing this. They're never going to say that. They're never going to say God is causing this stuff. They're always going to leave it to climate change or a freak occurrence. They never want to give him his due. But you're going to give him his due soon enough. As these things pick up more and more, you're going to have to come and bend your head down and say that the God of the Bible is causing this stuff, causing these things to go about. Wait.
WeOn is now available in your country. Download the app now.
Okay. Now that was the last video I had.